We're going to go ahead and skip example number 3 and 12.4 and move right into example number 4, which is another application problem. It says here the amount in grams in a sample of uranium-239 after T years is given by this equation. So we have A is the amount of uranium and T is the number of years. It says to find the rate of change in the amount present after 3 years. As soon as I hear that word rate of change, what do you think of? Well, rate of change at a certain moment is really our instantaneous rate of change or our derivative. So we are being asked to simply find the derivative of this function. I notice that this function has a coefficient. It has just a 100 in front. As long as that's just a constant, just a number, I should be able to take that 100 and leave it out in front, and then just find the derivative of the rest of my function. This looks like an exponential function with the chain rule. It's more than just a t in the exponent. So I can use that rule and say that the derivative of e to the junk is e to the junk times the derivative of that junk. So times a negative 0.362. I can take the 100 and multiply it by negative 0.362. I ended up getting negative 36.2 e to the negative 0.362 t. This is my rate of change in the amount of uranium at any moment. How is the amount of uranium changing? Is it growing or is it decreasing? It asks us specifically to find the rate of change after 3 years. So as soon as 3 years hits, what's happening with the amount of uranium? Is it getting more or is it getting less? That means I'm going to take 3 and plug it into my derivative so I can figure out the rate of change at 3 years. I plugged into my calculator. You should all have an E button on your calculator, so find that. You should be able to do e to the negative 0.362 times 3, and then take that answer and multiply it by negative 36.2. Make sure you all know how to punch it in your calculator. Pause the video all the time if you need to make sure that you know how to get the correct answer, okay? When I did that, I ended up getting negative 12.2. So what does that mean? Well, let's write an answer with the 3 things, a sentence with the 3 things that we need. When is this happening? What is happening? And what is our answer with correct units? Well, after 3 years, the amount of uranium is decreasing. I knew that because it was a negative answer, right? My rate of change was negative. That means it's going down. After 3 years, the amount of uranium is decreasing at a rate of 12.2 grams per year. Not just grams, but grams per year. It should be a rate, and so you should have some sort of ratio there of grams per year.